program actually started at Miss Puzzle's campus. So when she was an intermediate principal, they started a holiday event at their campus. And how I got involved in it, I was the high school principal at the time, and I had parents talking about how bad the parking was for the bit. And I thought, oh, they got a big parking lot. How big of an event is this? And so at that time, we were still trying to find volunteer opportunities for our high school students. And so we visited as principals and thought, well, maybe we can make this a bigger event. And so we did. We incorporated our high school students. They did a carnival-type atmosphere in the gym. And we used students from our clubs to come in and help with the make and take activities that the campuses were already doing. And so we used our high schoolers and our junior high students in a whole different way. So that event just moved locations because at the time, the high school was the bigger school, and that allowed us parking and to be able to change the flow of traffic. But it grew into something much bigger.
I think we did it out of necessity the first year because we needed to be able to do something out in the open. This was when COVID was going on, and we needed to bring people back, but in a safe way. And it was sort of an experiment, I guess. But it was so good, and I think in unanticipated ways, that we've continued it since then. And so while it might seem daunting to put together all these special programs and all these groups and all of these clubs in one place at one time, everybody does their part, and then it's a big event with lots of fun for lots of people. When our families come to these events, they see all the different things that are happening within the schools, and see the different activities that their kids can be involved in, the different ways that their kids are supported. And then the kids have a lot of fun because, well, they get to hang out with their friends. We're letting them know what we do, why we do it, how we do it, all of those things. And so I think that the more that people understand all the programs and the offerings that our schools have for all the different needs of our students, the more they can support our schools in general.
We're trying to figure out how do you get people to come back into the schools and to be involved again, and how do we get involved again with our community. And so we started, the first thing we did was let's trunk or treat. We were just shocked at how many people showed up. And so, that was one of our big pieces that really got us back out in the community doing some things. They want to be involved. I think parents all want to be involved, but we have to find ways to reach out to grab times that are appropriate for them also. And I think that's probably our biggest thing, is that how many people that you wouldn't see normally at the school will come to one of these events because they're off in the evening, or at that time they can make it. If anything, what it made us realize the first event that we did was just how much, not just the parents craved being involved with the schools again, but how much our staff kind of craved that being involved with the parents and being around them too. And I think that's what hit us that first event, was just how much we'd all missed that.
When you do a whole community event, it's not just Rockdale that we've been seeing parents come from. Milano ISD has come. We've had homeschool parents that come. And so when they're asking for more information about special education or dyslexia or 504 or Title I, I'm able to really have those conversations with them or put them in contact with the specialist in the district that can provide them more information.
You get to where you know the whole family because you have already had one of their kids, you currently have them, or they're fixed to come to them. And you see the parents because you've seen them previously and you see them other places, and it's just a good family atmosphere. So it is lots of fun. Every year it just gets bigger and better and more people are involved and the community comes. If you build it, they will come. I mean, it is just lots of fun and it just makes the community stronger.
There's not a lot of things that are happening in town outside of what's happening in the school. And often we are pretty much an hour from anywhere, so it's hard for our families to go to other places to find things to do for their children. And so the events that the school hosts are a lot of times what's available. And that's how our students can make experiences and make memories. I grew up in this town, and so I still recall all of my memories from when I was a kid, that the memories that I have were in the school. And they were events that happened at the school. And they're some of my favorite memories. And so I think it's really important to children that they have those experiences. We include the community as well. We invite the police department, our education foundation, our local Rotary and Lions clubs. Those are great groups to get involved, and they want to be involved. in our events. And so we welcome them. At each of these events, it just warms my heart walking around taking pictures and to see the excitement on their faces. And another thing is the entire families are showing up. We have extended families and grandparents and maybe only one child, but their parents are there with them and their grandparents, and it's just so wholesome, and it just really makes you feel good that you're providing those experiences for the entire family.
When you get to see those high school and junior high students model for younger students, it's so powerful. And so they get to create these carnival games, and they create a carnival game, and then they're the ones running it. So to see how they interact with students, and sometimes those are the students that don't shine in our classrooms or even on our sports field, but they shine when they're interacting with other kids. And to see sometimes kids that don't look like other kids in our community interacting. So that's just neat. As educators, we've gotten really good at being able to communicate with people any place we can see them, whether it's at Walmart or at a football game, but this allows us to have that positive communication so that when we do have to make the hard communication or the hard phone calls, or even the hard ask for a volunteer, or can you be on this committee for me? We've already formed a relationship in a different capacity so that they know that when we ask that it's an ask that they can fulfill or a way that they're able to support our school district.